Pay. Just want to see the squally umpire's camera.
Batsman has already walked. He's already near the boundary ropes. He's been asked by the umpire to hold on while he confirms, watching these pictures. Keeper caught it after the balls had passed the stumps. Very, very smart piece of wicket keeping. Easy one, yes, but they still need to be taken and the job needs to be completed. That's the confirmation as the Bangladesh have picked up the second wicket.
ভাবছেন ঘরের বাতাসেও জীবাণুরা করছে কিলবিল? আরে যদি থাকে গ্রি, নো চিন্তা, ডু চিল। গ্রি এসি, এতে আছে অ্যান্টিব্যাকটেরিয়াল ফিল্টার যা প্রতিরোধ করে 99% জীবাণু। গ্রি এসি একটু বেশিই ঠান্ডা।
কেউ জানুক আর না জানুক, নিজের এবং পরিবারের সুরক্ষার দায়িত্বটা রাখুন নিজের হাতে। তাই ব্যবহার করুন সেপনিল ইনস্ট্যান্ট হ্যান্ড স্যানিটাইজার।
সেপনিল, সুরক্ষার পাওয়ার আপনার হাতে।
Come boys, not easy to play, boy.
Little towards you. Fraction. Bit more. Little.
Moses Hendricks, just in the second over, seems to be a bit of a rush. A couple of wickets have been picked up by the Bangladesh spinners. Seems like a good contest brewing for Rees.
Definitely, and also, all fairness, Australia, they don't get too much. Spinners been bowled in power play. See, Felipe missing it completely. Smart stumping, very nicely done. Josh Philippe is the first Australian opener to be stumped in T20s. So many records been broken. That's the end of the second over. Australia struggling, 11 for 2.
ভাবছেন এসি চালালেই বাড়বে বিদ্যুৎ বিল? আরে যদি থাকে গ্রি, নো চিন্তা, ডু চিল। গ্রি এসির ইনভার্টার টেকনোলজি বাঁচায় বিদ্যুৎ খরচ আর পরিবেশ বান্ধব গ্যাস বাঁচায় পরিবেশ। গ্রি এসি একটু বেশিই ঠান্ডা।
কেউ বুঝুক আর না বুঝুক, নিজের এবং পরিবারের সুরক্ষার দায়িত্বটা রাখুন নিজের হাতেই। ব্যবহার করুন সেপনিল ডিসইনফেক্ট্যান্ট স্প্রে।
সেপনিল, সুরক্ষার পাওয়ার আপনার হাতে।
Just one over. Back to a successful one for Mahedi Hassan. And now the ball's thrown to the experienced Shakib Al Hasan. Cleaned up. Another bowler who gets a wicket on the very first ball of his spell. That's the third strike for Bangladesh team.
Poor bowling, poor batting. Batsman just walking in, going across the line. Shakib Al Hasan this time much slower again, just bowling outside the off stump. Nothing much happening. Premeditation at his best. There's a nutmeg as well, right through his legs, inside edge. Forced out by the Australians.
Absolutely a shocker of a start. Especially watching this dismissal. Greeks will not be happy.
And Anjum, smart captaincy. Two left-handers bringing Shakib Al Hasan in. Moises.
তাজা উপাদানের আসল স্বাদে স্কয়ারের রুচি সস সবই মজা লাগেছে।
মাছটা আজ তুমি রান্না করে ফেলো না।
মাছ ব্যাপার না, রাঁধুনি রেডিমিক্স মাছের মশলা থাকলে ঝটপট দারুণ রান্না।
দুষ্টু মিষ্টি এমন মুহূর্তগুলো ভরপুর হয়ে উঠুক ইস্পাহানি মির্জাপুর চায়ের শ্রেষ্ঠ ব্লেন্ডের অনন্য স্বাদে। চা মানে লাইফটা ভরপুর, চা মানে ইস্পাহানি মির্জাপুর।
Big man, big pressure, boys. Come, guys. Come, boys. It's still confusing wicket. Come, guys.
Center.
Come, boys.
The Australian captain, Matthew Wade. 130.7 the strike rate.
Come, boy. Come, Saki.
Will require a lot of patience at the moment. There's a storm coming at him at the moment from the spinners.
Huge responsibility.
Saki, good boy.
Shoulders
Saki,
of
good
Matthew
boy,
Wade.
Saki.
Moises and Reeks. For you, premeditation. Going across the line, just a second delivery. Don't think it's good cricket, Anjum. Got to be said.
The attacking strokes continue.
Never a dull moment, is it? Right between the two legs. Shakib much slower. Paying the prize, Moises and Reeks.
boy.
This is the third over, Bangladesh. Wide delivery down the leg side, much slower as we speak. There's a deep mid-wicket, deep square leg, mid-on, mid-off, up. And it's going to be interesting to see whether Shakib Al Hasan is going to fly that delivery to the left-hander.
I think that's always a good option, flighting the ball, getting the batter. That's the perfect way, especially after getting hit for a six. Nazim Ahmed flighted that ball to Josh Philippe, asked him to come down the track, at least offered the batter, the bait.
Definitely, and also having the mid-on up as well. Understand, that's the risk experience could take. Understands the fact, last recognized batsman, then the all-rounders to follow. It's good stuff, very good stuff by Bangladesh.
Quick single. Up and running Wade, 13 for 3.
এক্সপেরিয়েন্স করুন মেরিল মিল্ক বাথ, যা আপনাকে দেবে ফ্রেশ অ্যান্ড ইয়াঙ্গার লুকিং স্কিন।
মাছটা আজ তুমি রান্না করে ফেলো না।
মাছ ব্যাপার না, রাঁধুনি রেডিমিক্স মাছের মশলা থাকলে ঝটপট দারুণ রান্না।
দুষ্টু মিষ্টি এমন মুহূর্তগুলো ভরপুর হয়ে উঠুক ইস্পাহানি মির্জাপুর চায়ের শ্রেষ্ঠ ব্লেন্ডের অনন্য স্বাদে। চা মানে লাইফটা ভরপুর, চা মানে ইস্পাহানি মির্জাপুর।
It's going to be a very, very easy chase of the Australian team. Toss spin early on. Mahdi Hassan, the very first ball picks up Alex Carey. Very next over, the left arm spinner gets into the act. And then Shakib Al Hasan picks up Moses and Reeks. 3 wickets, literally. Just disturbed that calm dressing room, especially early on. Now going back to the off spinner. Very good smart bowling, smart captaincy, smart bowling by Mehdi, smart captaincy by Mahmudullah, left-hander on strike.
Hey, boy.
Absolutely, it's all about being proactive, having the options and using those options at the correct moment. Left-hander comes in, off spinner comes back. Fantastic stuff.
Excellent running. Literally, Mitchell Marsh pushed Matthew Wade to come back for the 2.
Called it right, Anjum. Excellent running, showing some intensity. This time made easily. Two experienced Australians. There you go. That's what you have to see. Basic of cricket, of batsmanship. Run the first one hard.
Would you want the mid-off on the boundary for the long-off position or no? Left-hander on strike. This is the line that Mehdi Hassan is going to be bowling. Would you be tempted to getting that long-off fielder inside the circle?
Under the circumstances, definitely.
Come boys, come
Giving
boys,
that
come
weight,
boys.
and especially Captain Wade got to bat much as possible. As we were talking about, field at the 30-yard circle. They've been a different story. And also Matthew Wade is not a good player against spin. 9 dismissals, average of 26, strike rate only of 107. That's a big stat. He goes at 154 almost against pace, but spin got his work cut out.
Yeah, but I won't be complaining. He's come into bat very early. It's just into the 4th over. It's still a very hard ball. He's opened the batting most of his career. He knows about handling the new ball. And with shots like these, of course, that's not exactly where Mitchell Marsh would have wanted it to go. But runs are runs.
And not a good delivery. Much faster outside the awesome. So much width. Getting that underneath edge this time, Mitchell Marsh, as Andrew mentioned. Doesn't matter how it comes, as far as it comes.
Push that ball through a bit quicker. Trying to get the ball to drift away from the right-hander. Much better. Much better. Ah, that should have been stopped. The Bangladesh need to tighten up. They need to make an impact in this game. 21 for 3.
ব্লেন্ডার্স চয়েস প্রিমিয়াম গ্রিন টির প্রতিটি ব্যাগে থাকে 3 লেয়ারের সুরক্ষা, যার ল্যামিনেশন লেয়ার দেয় আর্দ্রতা থেকে সুরক্ষা। অ্যালুমিনিয়াম ফয়েলের লেয়ার নিশ্চিত করে সুঘ্রাণ ও স্বাদের সজীবতা। পেপার লেয়ার বাইরের আলো ও আর্দ্রতাকে প্রতিরোধ করে সতেজতা ধরে রাখে। তাই আপনি পাচ্ছেন বিশ্বমানের গ্রিন টির সেরা স্বাদ।
কেউ ভাবুক আর না ভাবুক, নিজের এবং পরিবারের সুরক্ষার দায়িত্বটা রাখুন নিজের হাতে। ব্যবহার করুন সেপনিল স্যানিটাইজিং হ্যান্ড ওয়াশ।
সেপনিল, সুরক্ষার পাওয়ার আপনার হাতে।
A spin is going to be on offer, at least till the time they break further into this batting order of Australia. Nearly did one more.
What that close call. Shakib Al Hasan in his knees. Look at that. Slower. Oh, lucky. Just in time.
Yes, Miri.
Good bowling.
Sharp boy.
Slowing up, mixing up that pace. This one just 83.2 from Shakib.
Shakib showing all his experience. Fourth best bowler in the world with 96 wickets. That time, poor delivery. Much slower this time. Mitchell Marsh using that squeeze, going back, racing through the sweeper for an all-important boundary for Australia.
You know, it won't be a bad ploy to just slower down the pace. Yes, you want not the pace of the match, the pace of the ball, I mean. Because you're offering width. That's definitely not what Shakib Al Hasan wants or Mahmudullah desires. And you don't want to offer such freebies.
No boy.
You call it right, Anjum. Freebies for sure. Slower is fine. Short, sometimes you can get away, but not the width though.
Great boy, great boy.
Now spinning it away. Shakib, rare bad delivery.
Hey, somo মারলে হইবো দোস্ত।
Well, there are 3 spinners. You've already seen 3 of them in operation. You've got Mustafizur as well. But largely, the match will be won only by picking up the wickets. So it will be very difficult to contain. I don't say it's impossible. It will be difficult to contain.
Bangladesh strength's always been spin. Pretty sure Mustafizur Rahman bowl his cutters into the wicket, making life very difficult for the Australians.
Oh yes, no, Sakib bhai.
5 runs coming off that over, 26 for 3 Australia.
তাজা উপাদানের আসল স্বাদে স্কয়ারের রুচি সস সবই মজা লাগেছে।
মাছটা আজ তুমি রান্না করে ফেলোনি।
মাছ ব্যাপার না, রাঁধুনি রেডিমিক্স মাছের মশলা থাকলে ঝটপট দারুণ রান্না।
দুষ্টু মিষ্টি এমন মুহূর্তগুলো ভরপুর হয়ে উঠুক ইস্পাহানি মির্জাপুর চায়ের শ্রেষ্ঠ ব্লেন্ডের অনন্য স্বাদে। চা মানে লাইফটা ভরপুর, চা মানে ইস্পাহানি মির্জাপুর।
Australia have got their work cut out here. Lost 3 early wickets. Repair work being done by Mishmash and the skipper Wade. But they've got to contend with Mustafizur Rahman now. An ideal track for Mustafiz and his cutters. We've seen the slow bowlers getting some grip. It is a wicket which has helped a bit of turn. And Mustafizur, with the position the Australians are in at the moment, must be fancying his job here. He wants to start off accurately and ensure that he makes the batsmen work hard for their runs. Good evening, Athar Ali Khan. Required run rate now 7.15. Now you don't want to bowl that line. Mitch Marsh and Matthew Wade will be feeling the pressure, understandably.
Yeah, if he can deliver the goods with the ball, then Australia will be in more trouble. What a start this has been for Bangladesh. Remember, they only managed to score 131 and they picked up not 1 or 2, they picked up 3 wickets. The spinners have done their part.
You noticed how during the Bangladesh innings, as you mentioned, a subpar total, and trying to defend that. What Mahmudullah Riyad has done is read that the wicket is going to be conducive for slower bowlers. And immediately, despite having the services of Mustafizur Rahman, he started to, with the spin bowlers from either end, change them around, and they paid off so far. They just need to get another breakthrough, and the cat will be amongst the pigeons, I can tell you that.
I think it's important for them to realize, especially the bowlers, not to leak boundaries. I think it's going to be difficult for someone like Matthew Wade and his company, the rest of the batsmen, to score the rest of the runs. They need 105 in 87 deliveries.
Oh, didn't time that. He went for that pull shot, but it hurried onto him. 134 clicks.
Come boys, work hard boys.
Yeah, the bowlers were doing all the work. That was Mehdi Hassan picking up his very first wicket of the very first delivery that he bowled. Shakib Al Hasan also celebrating inside edge onto the stumps, and then Nasum Ahmed. Now these are the 3 bowlers that picked up wickets in their very first over. Lovely celebrations. Still a long way to go for Bangladesh.
And that jack back in, kept a touch slow, had to hurry down on him, got the inside part of bat, encouraging for Mustafizur Rahman.
He should enjoy bowling in these surfaces. It's the cutter, and it will get a bit of a grip. We've already seen what the spinners have done, so that would also give him a lot of hope, not only for Mustafizur Rahman but also for Bangladesh. I think the key man for Australia is the man on screen, Mitchell Marsh. More than 200 runs in that series against West Indies. Very good with the ball also. Didn't bowl today, but he's got a job in his hand. Lovely over so far. Only 2 singles in this over, so he has to finish off nicely. Justin Langer, right of the screen, the head coach of Australia, in a bit of a pressure.
I'd imagine so. Oh, tried to follow him, slowed it down. Oh, almost induced the edge. Fantastic over completed. After 6, 28 for 3.
ভাবছেন এসি চালালেই বাড়বে বিদ্যুৎ বিল? আরে যদি থাকে গ্রি, নো চিন্তা, ডু চিল। গ্রিএসের ইনভার্টার টেকনোলজি বাঁচায় বিদ্যুৎ খরচ আর পরিবেশ বান্ধব গ্যাস বাঁচায় পরিবেশ। গ্রিএসি একটু বেশিই ঠান্ডা।
কেউ বুঝুক আর না বুঝুক, নিজের এবং পরিবারের সুরক্ষার দায়িত্বটা রাখুন নিজের হাতেই। ব্যবহার করুন সেপনিল ডিসইনফেক্ট্যান্ট স্প্রে।
সেপনিল, সুরক্ষার পাওয়ার আপনার হাতে।
Your comparison, Bangladesh were 33 for 1 in their first 6 overs in the power play. 28 for 3 Australia. Bangladesh dictating terms.
And that's the last ball of the previous over. Yeah, just a little bit wide on that. But it's important for someone like Nurul Hassan, the keeper, to stand a little bit closer because he will be bowling these slow deliveries. But if there is a nick, then you've got to be in that position to grab the chance. He thought he was in business.
He's had a wonderful over right the way through, but he will be encouraged. He's not quite sure if it got a better touch, but as we saw, that possibly he wouldn't have an opportunity for a catch. Ready now.
Oh yes, 1-1.
And that one goes on with the arm. See, that is the problem that the Australians have had. Thinking of playing for a turn and it just goes and follows you.
They're waiting deep in their crease. They're not sure about their footwork. Good for Bangladesh because they just what they have bowled so far in this innings. It looks like that the Australian batsmen, the top order, are struggling, especially on this surface, which is of a slowness in nature. And also the spin. There should be a couple of runs there. And that's the reason why I feel that not only the spinners, but even the seamer, someone like Mustafizur Rahman, they need to bowl in good areas. Do not allow the batsmen to free their arms. They've got to make life a little bit more difficult for batsmen to score runs.
If they just think back to the Australian bowling innings, just take a leap out of the way the pace bowlers bowled, even the spinners, just didn't give the Bangladeshi batsmen the room to play the big shots. Just mentioning Australia scored 28 in their power play. This is the lowest score in the last 30 T20s in power play. That almost snuck through.
Once again, deep in his crease, he should have been on the front foot. So we've got a lot of doubts happening in the batsman's mind, knowing that whether he should be coming forward or going back. Let me look at that comparison. 33 for 1, that's the power play. Scored 28 for 3. Between 7 and 15, Bangladesh scored 56 for 3.
Short, and that will enable him to play it into the deep. There's some protection. A wicket where the batsmen are struggling, score runs, and the realization by the bowling unit in the fact that it is not offering any pace off the turf. Make it slower and slower. Make the batsmen work hard to manufacture shots. That's when you might entice them to go and make a kind of mistake. He's marshalled his troops very well, Mohammedullah Riyad. Oh, flights that, intelligent bowling.
It's been 14 deliveries since the last boundary. It's been very good from Bangladesh, knowing that they're defending not a big total. So you've got to give credit to the bowlers, the way they started. It's all about creating pressure, not giving away too many runs, and at the same time, picking up wickets. Very good from Bangladesh.
That's a quicker one, and does allow the batsman to play it into the deep. To finish over number 7 with a single, Australia move on to 34 for 3.
যদি থাকে রুচি
তাজা উপাদানের আসল স্বাদে স্কয়ারের রুচি সস সবই মজা লাগেছে।
মাছটা আজ তুমি রান্না করে ফেলো না।
মাছ ব্যাপার না, রাঁধুনি রেডিমিক্স মাছের মশলা থাকলে ঝটপট দারুণ রান্না।
দুষ্টু মিষ্টি এমন মুহূর্তগুলো ভরপুর হয়ে উঠুক ইস্পাহানি মির্জাপুর চায়ের শ্রেষ্ঠ ব্লেন্ডের অনন্য স্বাদে। চা মানে লাইফটা ভরপুর, চা মানে ইস্পাহানি মির্জাপুর।
Needing 98 runs of 78 balls. That yellow worm is struggling to keep up with the green worm. Another wicket, and they'll have a lot of trouble to work with. But something that will lift the spirit of the Bangladesh is Australia's record in T20s. When they lose 3 wickets in the power play, they've won only 5 out of 19 and lost 14. So if stats are any indication, Bangladesh have so far got this game by the scruff of the neck. But they need to carry on. Youngster, shining face from the under-19 squad. Good work done in Zimbabwe. Shariful comes in. Just pitching it up and allowing that extra bit of pace for the batsman to fleece it through the covers. 4 very welcome runs.
It took them 15 deliveries to pick up this boundary. Once again, look how wide that is, and once he gets that opportunity, he's not going to miss out. Just frees his arms, leans into it, and more importantly, into the gap.
And that's a good comeback delivery. That's what you want to do. Slow it down. Come from 137, the first one, to 126, this one.
He needs to learn the trade. When you see someone like Mustafizur Rahman just mixing it up, he's got to mix it up instead of just going and trying to bowl a quick delivery. You gotta be a smart bowler, and you gotta understand the situation and the conditions very quickly.
Once again, oh dear, oops. A lot of mistakes of bowler crashing into the batter, apologizing for that, but he just didn't go for it.
Yeah, I thought a better fielding effort would have been an opportunity for Bangladesh to pick up a run out here, because there was a big misunderstanding in the middle, because he wanted to take the single straight away. Yes, no, look at Matthew Wade looking around. So he had to really struggle in the end. Not a great piece of fielding. That's what the pressure can do to a batsman.
Well, something that the Bangladeshis have to be alert about is not to leak runs. Sure, Mohammad Ali Riyad will be ensuring that all his fielders are agile and alert, on their toes. Just keep it tight. I think the Australians work hard. They're building up a nice little partnership here. 28 of 33. Again, touch short, allowing him to use the depth of the crease for an easy single. We'll have a look at the wickets with the speeds. This one, 90.8. Next one, 83, slower one, turning away. Even slower. He just played the shot a little too early, got the inside bat. 77. So variations of pace imperative in success. And the slower, it's more difficult for the batsman to negotiate, to manufacture shots, and more opportunities for the bowlers to get amongst the wickets.
You've got to take the pace off the ball, even for seamen like Shariful Islam. So very crucial.
Oh, swung early. Once again, I think there's a chance there if it's a direct hit. Once again, the speed foxing the batsman.
It's getting difficult for them, even though you mentioned about the partnership of 30 runs with that single, they're picking up that slower deliveries. Again, a cutter just rolling the fingers over. It's not coming on the way he would have hoped for. And that is good bowling. Good stuff from the youngster, Shariful Islam.
Just that length must have made the batsman here feel that he's had something to go for. It's just that lack of pace. And Shariful has learned well after pitching the ball up with pace, which was put away. He's come back well. He wants to finish on a high. Swung around. It's going to fall. One bounce front of the fielder. Going to get a run. 8 overs completed. Australia move on to 42 for 3.
ভাবছেন ঘরের বাতাসেও জীবাণুরা করছে কিলবিল? আরে যদি থাকে গ্রি, নো চিন্তা, ডু চিল। গ্রি এসি, এতে আছে অ্যান্টিব্যাকটেরিয়াল ফিল্টার যা প্রতিরোধ করে 99% জীবাণু। গ্রি এসি একটু বেশিই ঠান্ডা।
কেউ জানুক আর না জানুক, নিজের এবং পরিবারের সুরক্ষার দায়িত্বটা রাখুন নিজের হাতে। তাই ব্যবহার করুন সেপনিল ইনস্ট্যান্ট হ্যান্ড স্যানিটাইজার।
সেপ্রিল, সুরক্ষার পাওয়ার আপনার হাতে।
Rescue of Australia, who started off with a stuttering start. 3 wickets early on. Mahmudullah Riyad, the man with the golden arm. Now he can really be the surprise element for Bangladesh. 31 wickets in his 53rd match. Or was it 93rd match, beg your pardon. Now, what can Mahmudullah do? Just setting his field. Backward point, deep cover and extra cover. Whoa! It's an unorthodox attempt, not very comfortable.
It's very crucial for Mahmudullah to realize that if they can knock one of these batsmen out, then they're in business. First delivery, he's just trying to lap sweep it. Again, uppish, a little bit uppish, a bit far from that fielder. Hands in the air, but they'll come back for the second.
Oh, that was pretty close. He just was in two minds whether to go through with the shot or not. Checked it. You can see just checking it. Just wide enough. Hands on head for Mahmudullah Riyad. He can be a little annoyed, but was played away from the fielder. Must give the batsman the credit for that. Hasn't been easy going for Wade. 11 of 18. He sweeps again. Got a better touch, maybe onto the ground before it deflected away.
It's a pretty good work behind the stumps from Nurul Hassan. Certainly stopped a single there. Good anticipation, knowing that it going down the leg side. Otherwise, if he had missed it, would have been a couple of more runs there. So good work, very good work from Nurul Hassan.
Been given us a run off the glove, so that was quite a chance. Would you consider that? But it was off the ground. So pressure being built up here once again. Batsman made to wait as the field settles in. 3 boundary riders on the onside. Oh, catch it is the goal! Just tantalizingly over Mahmudullah Riyad. And the second occasion in this over, the catches could have gone to hand, but not on this occasion either.
They've really struggled with the timing. They still are struggling. It could have easily gone back to the bowler. Lovely delivery. It's a slower delivery, and he had no clue whatsoever. Very lucky indeed. It's gone over Mahmudullah.
Well, he's going to get a run, but living dangerously at the moment. The Australians, Mahmudullah Riyad looks so very nice, trying to go for that catch. Acrobatic style. It's too far away for him. But they are really having to work hard for their runs. 36, the partnership work. Need to carry on the Australians. Just a push and run for the last ball of over number 9. Australia move on to 48 for 3.
এক্সপিরিয়েন্স করুন মেরিল মিল্ক বাথ, যা আপনাকে দেবে ফ্রেশ অ্যান্ড ইয়াঙ্গার লুকিং স্কিন।
মাছটা আজ তুমি রান্না করে ফেলো না।
মাছ ব্যাপার না, রাঁধুনি রেডিমিক্স মাছের মশলা থাকলে ঝটপট দারুণ রান্না।
দুষ্টু মিষ্টি এবং মুহূর্তগুলো ভরপুর হয়ে উঠুক ইস্পাহানি মির্জাপুর চায়ের শ্রেষ্ঠ ব্লেন্ডের অনন্য স্বাদে। চা মানে লাইফটা ভরপুর, চা মানে ইস্পাহানি মির্জাপুর।
Mahdi, Nasim, Shakib all getting wickets in their first overs. But since then, the wickets column has not filled up further. But Bangladesh have kept a tight lid on proceedings so far. 5.33 the current run rate. Nasim Ahmed comes back in for his second over, 149 in his first. Puts the ball in, paddle sweep and a single. Matthew Wade in the previous over. What a spectacular attempt. Let's have a look at where they touched the gloves. There's the bounce off the track. There's a bit of gloves and a brilliant attempt. What happened there? No, the toe of the bat. Wasn't the gloves as we thought initially. Toe of the bat, so you can consider that to be a chance, a very, very difficult one, must admit.
Bangladesh defending a total of 131. The lowest targets defended by Bangladesh in T20 internationals. 134 against UAE. Mirpur 2016, 147 versus Ireland in Belfast 2012, and 148. Reverse, straight to the fielder. So they have defended in the past. And the way they started, especially when they came into bowl to defend, they've shown they've shown some real good purpose to ensure that they will fight. Oh, has it been taken? Yes! He swept it and swept it straight to the fielder. And would you believe it? Nasim Ahmed has picked up another one, and it's Matthew Wade who has to go back.
Goodness gracious. Just look at the trajectory of the ball. As it comes in, it's going down leg, is swiveled round, got his bat, hit it pretty hard. That's brilliantly taken. Mustafizur Rahman, take a bow. Low catch, difficult catch, but a catch that needed to be taken, and the partnership broken at last. Skipper goes, Matthew Wade for 13. It's 49 for 4.
ব্লেন্ডার্স চয়েস প্রিমিয়াম গ্রিন টির প্রতিটি ব্যাগে থাকে 3 লেয়ারের সুরক্ষা, যার ল্যামিনেশন লেয়ার দেয় আর্দ্রতা থেকে সুরক্ষা। অ্যালুমিনিয়াম ফয়েলের লেয়ার নিশ্চিত করে সুঘ্রাণ ও স্বাদের সজীবতা। পেপার লেয়ার বাইরের আলো ও আর্দ্রতাকে প্রতিরোধ করে সতেজতা ধরে রাখে। তাই আপনি পাচ্ছেন বিশ্বমানের গ্রিন টির সেরা স্বাদ।
কেউ ভাবুক আর না ভাবুক, নিজের এবং পরিবারের সুরক্ষার দায়িত্বটা রাখুন নিজের হাতে। ব্যবহার করুন সেপনিল স্যানিটাইজিং হ্যান্ড ওয়াশ।
সেপনিল, সুরক্ষার পাওয়ার আপনার হাতে।
Ashtonega comes in at a time of strife for his team. Under the cosh, Australia 49 for 4. Those are his numbers. 178 runs. He's got his work cut out, and he's in the middle because of this.
Let's have a look at this. It's a nothing delivery. It's a soft dismissal, but a very good one. A very good catch by Mustafizur Rahman. Had he left it alone, it would have been a wide. Again down the leg side. So many things happen in the batsman's mind when you're not getting used to the pace of the surface. They have really struggled right from the word go. And Mitchell Marsh will have to play a really special innings to ensure that they cross over the target of 131. They need 132 to win this one.
A long, long way to go. Nasim Ahmed must be the happiest man on earth. Loses the delivery, got him the prize wicket of Matthew Wade. That's tucked away of the gloves, I suspect. But once again, the Bangladeshi bowlers starting to dictate terms.
that single another 50. It's 51 for 4 now, but they've simply been brilliant with the ball, especially the spinners. And you've got to give credit to the skipper, Mahmudullah Riyad, to ensure that when they had that total of 131 on the board, what did he discuss in the dressing room with the boys? You're in with a chance. If you pick wickets, early wickets, you can really push Australia on the back foot.
Which they have done so far. He slaps that away and it's into the deep. They're going to get a single. We're halfway through the innings and Australia are now 52 for 4.
ভাবছেন এসি চালালেই বাড়বে বিদ্যুৎ বিল? আরে যদি থাকে গ্রি, নো চিন্তা, ডু চিল। গ্রি এসির ইনভার্টার টেকনোলজি বাঁচায় বিদ্যুৎ খরচ আর পরিবেশ বান্ধব গ্যাস বাঁচায় পরিবেশ। গ্রি এসি একটু বেশিই ঠান্ডা।
কেউ বুঝুক আর না বুঝুক, নিজের এবং পরিবারের সুরক্ষার দায়িত্বটা রাখুন নিজের হাতেই। ব্যবহার করুন সেপনিল ডিসইনফেক্ট্যান্ট স্প্রে।
সেপনিল, সুরক্ষার পাওয়ার আপনার হাতে।
Lots of work to be done. Bangladesh on top. Slightly offside the off stump. But very hard. That's very good fielding. Very good fielding. Was the chance for a second run. Feel at sweeper cover. Looks like Afif recovered very well. See Maza. So far, Bangladesh is going well.
We have a game in our hand, 131. Still Bangladesh has started really well and that was needed for the host. And Mitch Marsh, the man in form, they need to pick up that wicket. Bangladesh really exploiting well the lack of experience of the Australian batting lineup.
Spot on that. In the attack, slip fielder. Nicely done by Ashton Mega, who could bat as well. Ashton Turner, the batsman coming next, is a decent batsman too. There's some batting to follow for Australia. But as you mentioned, Mitchell Marsh is holding the key, holding the fort for Australia. In case if Bangladesh could sneak in with the wicket of Mitchell Marsh, I just feel that Australia would be struggling very, very deeply. Turn. This by everyone. Precious runs for Australia. At least 2 runs. Sure, it's going to be called a wide as well. Yeah, correctly so the umpire. Massive turn by Mehdi Hassan from the off stump. See replay there, much slower. And could keep Nurul, the youngster, missing all ends up.
That turn will certainly encourage the Bangladeshi spinners, especially Shakib, Nasum and Mahdi as well. They've always started to play their tricks. And the challenge that the Aussies came here to take up to face the spinners of the subcontinent is really on.
It's a mix-up, much straighter this time, much quicker. Missed out the replay there. And the Reg almost. So across the line, showing some intent this time. Mitchell Marsh is managing thick inside edge towards mid-wicket. 74 runs of 56 deliveries. Still I need a partnership. Bangladesh need to keep picking up wickets. Well fielded. Captain Mahmudullah Riyad. Short extra cover. Noticeably very, very close to the batsman at extra cover. Not giving away that easy single. Another dot delivery to finish off the 11th over. Bangladesh on a roll. Australia 58 for 4.
তাজা উপাদানের আসল স্বাদে স্কোয়ারের রুচি সস সবই মজা লাগেছে।
মাছটা আজ তুমি রান্না করে ফেলো না।
মাছ ব্যাপার না, রাঁধুনি রেডিমিক্স মাছের মশলা থাকলে ঝটপট দারুণ রান্না।
দুষ্টু মিষ্টি এবং মুহূর্তগুলো ভরপুর হয়ে উঠুক ইস্পাহানি মির্জাপুর চায়ের শ্রেষ্ঠ ব্লেন্ডের অনন্য স্বাদে। চা মানে লাইফটা ভরপুর, চা মানে ইস্পাহানি মির্জাপুর।
Looks pretty happy with the way how Bangladesh bowlers have gone so far. Obviously it was a big challenge for the board to arrange the tour, and so far things have gone smoothly for Bangladesh.
Beautiful shot. Safest area in the field. It's straight down ground. Mitchell Marsh this time almost taking of the bowler and the umpire. Shariful Islam at mid-on. Took a pardon long on. Big dive. He's not going to make that this time, Mitchell Marsh. That's what he's named for. Straight hit. Precious boundary for Australia.
And that's a powerful shot from Mitch Marsh. He's a strong lad. Scored 350s in the West Indies tour last time. And all those 50s were actually his highest score of the series as well. That helped Australia to win the only T20 in the Caribbean this time around. He's really grabbed that opportunity with both hands, coming in and bat at number 3.
And also noticeably, Shakib Al Hasan got a lot of understanding the fact how important Mitchell Marsh is going to be. That's experience where you got just under 2 overs to bowl. The leading wicket taker, the go-to bowler for Mahmudullah Riyad, rightly so, still on the attack.
Shakib Al Hasan coming around the wicket to the left-hander. Ashton Agar.
Much fuller. Easily caressing to long on for a single. 68 of 51 deliveries.
That's Bangladesh Cricket Board President Nazmul Hasan watching the proceedings from the President's box. I'm talking about Mitch Marsh, he can be very dangerous from Bangladesh point of view, and it will be important they go through these few overs, not give away too many runs and chip in a few dot balls as well.
Outside edge, this time no chance at short third man. Precious runs for Australia, under pressure. It's very well fielded, well recovered by Somi Sarkar, just restricting the batsman just for 2 runs. This time, Shakib Al Hasan giving slightly more width to Ashton Agar. Pretty lucky there, got to be set. Fair point what you made. Shakib trying to take wickets, bowling slower. Understanding important Mitchell Marsh wicket's going to be. Dot delivery to finish the 12th over. Australia 67 for 4.
ভাবছেন ঘরের বাতাসেও জীবাণুরা করছে কিলবিল? আরে যদি থাকে গ্রি, নো চিন্তা, ডু চিল। গ্রি এসি, এতে আছে অ্যান্টিব্যাকটেরিয়াল ফিল্টার যা প্রতিরোধ করে 99% জীবাণু। গ্রি এসি একটু বেশিই ঠান্ডা।
কেউ জানুক আর না জানুক, নিজের এবং পরিবারের সুরক্ষার দায়িত্বটা রাখুন নিজের হাতে। তাই ব্যবহার করুন সেপনিল ইনস্ট্যান্ট হ্যান্ড স্যানিটাইজার।
সেপনিল, সুরক্ষার পাওয়ার আপনার হাতে।
From where Bangladesh was at the moment, and it's come a long way ahead thanks to this man on the screen. Wickets so far for Australia. 3 wickets in the power play. Bangladesh the bowlers spot on. Spinners doing bulk of the work in the power play, picking up all 3 wickets, and then Matthew Wade finding that lonely field at short fine leg. Almost a wide delivery, had left it. Unfortunately, finding that short fine leg field.
Change in the bowling. Mustafizur Rahman, the left arm seamer, is on the screen and will be looking to make a dent in the Australian middle order from here. He will play a very big role from here on for Bangladesh. He's recovered from his ankle injury that he sustained in Zimbabwe prior to the lone test match. Recovered really well.
Yes. Good batting, slow ball to start with. There was some doubt, isn't it? Mustafizur Rahman may not play the first couple of games. He's shaken off the little injury he picked up in Zimbabwe. What a career so far. Go-to bowler, just like Shakib Al Hasan for Bangladesh. Whenever Captain Mahmudullah wants a wicket, go to your number one, the Fizz.
From the captain's point of view, Parvez, Nasum has got 2 overs left, Shakib's got 1 over left, and now Mustafizur has got 2 more after this. What would you have done from here on, and what are the areas you need to fill those gaps?
Another slow delivery. Ideally, would have Mustafizur Rahman to bowl 2 overs in the death. Shariful to have 2 more overs in the death, because you don't want spinners to continue bowling to their overs. And also it's a fine line where you need to find wickets as well. So I guess the 1 over which Shakib Al Hasan going to bowl will have a big say at the end of the result. Bring it back in. Much shorter this time. It's enough time. Dashnega guided toward the 3rd man for a single.
Man on the screen, Mitch Marsh. He will play a big role for Australia if they want to win this game, and for Bangladesh as well. He will be the man Bangladesh would want to dismiss as early as possible. Captain Mahmudullah Riyad marshalling his troop. It's not always easy for the bowlers to defend such small totals, but so far Bangladesh has done really well, and from captain's point of view, he has mixed up his fielders and bowlers really well.
Absolutely spot on, Maza. Captaincy, the fielding positions. See 4 fielders in the offside, patrolling the single. Predominantly Mustafizur Rahman going left arm leg cutters into the wicket. No pace at all to work with. Mitch Marsh with deep square leg, long on and deep fine leg on the leg side.
No!
That's what we're talking about. Into the wicket, the slower deliveries. I did mention before as well. Cutters into the wicket will be very, very hard to get away. And also, coming into this series, Australians have lost the last 4 bilateral series when it comes to T20 cricket. It will be 5-0, or else so can turn the tables and be the mighty Bangladeshis in their home condition. This placement at its best. Sweeper, deep sweeper cover, cow point, right in the middle. Nicely timed by Mitchell Marsh. Very lucky. Any more bats middling probably would have found the lonely fielder at sweeper cover. Nicely bowled by Mustafizur as well. Another slow delivery, we spoke about it. Plenty of it this time.
Good that he checked the shot at the last moment, otherwise it would have been travel to the fielder. In the previous ball, Mitch Marsh gave a smile to the Mustafis, like realizing the fact that he got the slower one. But this time, he was outfoxed by the left-arm seamer.
Cross the line this time. Keep it wicket fielder. Keeping a swing for 1. End of the 13th over. Australia 71.
এক্সপিরিয়েন্স করুন মেরিলি মিল্ক বাথ, যা আপনাকে দেবে ফ্রেশ অ্যান্ড ইয়াঙ্গার লুকিং স্কিন।
মাছটা আজ তুমি রান্না করে ফেলো না।
মাছ ব্যাপার না, রাঁধুনি রেডিমিক্স মাছের মশলা থাকলে ঝটপট দারুণ রান্না।
দুষ্টু মিষ্টি এমন মুহূর্তগুলো ভরপুর হয়ে উঠুক ইস্পাহানি মির্জাপুর চায়ের শ্রেষ্ঠ ব্লেন্ডের অনন্য স্বাদে। চা মানে লাইফটা ভরপুর, চা মানে ইস্পাহানি মির্জাপুর।
Spin more coming in. Shinega, I'm pretty sure the instruction would be to go hard. Mitchell Marsh to bat through the innings as much as possible. Spin continuing for Bangladesh. Nazum Ahmed previously. It's going to be interesting to see how he's going to tackle bowling to a left-hander. Ashnanga, a couple of wickets picked up into his third over. Much quicker. Dot delivery start with 2 wickets picked up by Taskin and Nasir Ahmed. These are 2 wickets. Josh Philippe stumped. And Matthew Wade, very unlucky. He took up the lone field at short fine leg. Good catch by Mustafizur Rahman. Much wicket down the leg side. Is that a hit wicket? That's out. Ashnega pretty unlucky. Whether it's a bat or the leg or the foot, I should beg your pardon. The replay to be seen, but all important wicket for Bangladesh crunch time.
Seems like everything is going Bangladesh's way, the way things are going so far. Ashtonega the man this time. Naseem Ahmed, no problem whatsoever with the foot landing. Have a look at his back leg. Oh man, that's the last way a batsman would want to get out in international cricket or any level of cricket.
Yes, terrible feeling, definitely. Just stamping on the foot. Ashnega, got to be said, very, very unlucky. Prediction pending. OUT. One more for Bangladesh, 71.
এক্সপিরিয়েন্স করুন মেরিলি মিল্ক বাথ, যা আপনাকে দেবে ফ্রেশ অ্যান্ড ইয়াঙ্গার লুকিং স্কিন।
মাছটা আজ তুমি রান্না করে ফেলো না।
মাছ ব্যাপার না, রাঁধুনি রেডিমিক্স মাছের মশলা থাকলে ঝটপট দারুণ রান্না।
দুষ্টু মিষ্টি এমন মুহূর্তগুলো ভরপুর হয়ে উঠুক ইস্পাহানি মির্জাপুর চায়ের শ্রেষ্ঠ ব্লেন্ডের অনন্য স্বাদে। চা মানে লাইফটা ভরপুর, চা মানে ইস্পাহানি মির্জাপুর।
Oh, straight away. Beautifully bowled by Naseem. Ashton Turner completely beaten. There you go. Ashnega, last wicket. It's very unlucky, as mentioned. One of the terrible ways to get out. Slow, much slow. Single. Very good feeling as well at cow point. Restricting just for a single. Mitchell Marsh is going to hold the fort for Australia.
And that's the wicket we are talking about. Naseem Ahmed, his third wicket. Would you believe it? 2 of those he had never imagined of.
Definitely the youngsters. Brilliant day so far. Into his third over, just given away 14 runs, picked up 3 wickets. Alhamdulillah, Riyadh. Very, very proactive today. Single this time to Mitchell Marsh towards extra cover. Tricky situation for Mitchell Marsh as well. Got to be attacking and also to keep his wicket intact. And the replay there, very unlucky. Third fielder disappearing towards short third man. Picked up 3 wickets as mentioned. Shanega, big partner Ashton Turner. Another one. Very nicely bowled to end the 14th over. Australia 73 for loss of 5 wickets.
Aussies are under tremendous pressure. We've already tested the hard condition here in the subcontinent, and the Bangladeshi spinners have taken a toll of the Australian batters. Mishmash, as you said.
ভাবছেন এসি চালালেই বাড়বে বিদ্যুৎ বিল? আরে যদি থাকে গ্রি, নো চিন্তা, ডু চিল। গ্রিএসির ইনভার্টার টেকনোলজি বাঁচায় বিদ্যুৎ খরচ আর পরিবেশ বান্ধব গ্যাস বাঁচায় পরিবেশ। গ্রিএসি একটু বেশিই ঠান্ডা।
কেউ বুঝুক আর না বুঝুক, নিজের এবং পরিবারের সুরক্ষার দায়িত্বটা রাখুন নিজের হাতেই। ব্যবহার করুন সেপনিল ডিসইনফেক্ট্যান্ট স্প্রে।
সেপনিল, সুরক্ষার পাওয়ার আপনার হাতে।
Going with the stroke, especially going with the spin to the offside, creating that long off fielder, pretty easy.
That's very good shot from Marsh. Never try to overhit it. He knew there was a fielder at long off, but still he had enough power to clear that fielder. He actually took on the bowler.
Slight midfielder by Captain Mahmood Riyad, resulting in a single. 6 again. Like to see the base of that batsman. Look at that typical good hitting base. Just going through the line, as we mentioned, going through the offside, never easy in the death overs. Mitchell Marsh doing it with complete ease. All important 6 runs for Australia.
Come boys.
Ashton Turner got a lot of work to do. Strike back to Mitchell Marsh. This time again premeditation. Looks very, very close. Maybe just outside the off stump. And rightly so, Captain Mahmood Riyad going upstairs. Very, very close, Maza. I thought looked dead. The naked eye. And correctly so, Mahmood Riyad understands. 2 recognized batsmen. Last pair. Got to take that.
The immediate gesture from Shakib Al Hasan shows he has some doubt whether the ball would go on to miss the leg stump or not. But let's see. The delivery. Hit in the back leg. That's pretty close, Parvez.
Looks very close. And if it hit the front foot, I think that's outside the off stump. Maybe things much more straighter. Interesting replay coming up. The umpire got his work cut out. Nervous looking Australian dugout. Shakib Al Hasan into his last over. 4 more deliveries. Pretty sure with his experience, Captain Mahmood Riyad would love a wicket from his experienced campaigner. That's a replay coming up. Outside the off stump. No bat. Hitting the back foot. Very, very close. Doesn't look like any bat. Only doubt that it's going to be outside the off stump. Anxious wait. Back outside, pitching outside the off stump. And we move on. A very good decision. Naked eye, even I thought was leg by signal as well. Still Ashton Turner pretty lucky to survive that. Going across the line. What's the strength? Go with the spin till you get settled in the middle. Much flatter this time. Safely played by Mitchell Marsh as well.
From Bangladesh's point of view, they would like to put up the Aussies under some more pressure. You don't get those Aussies in such situation pretty often.
Now the dot delivered this time. Very close to outside the off stump. That's the replay we're talking about. Very good decision. And Jesse Langer thought he's out. Nice play towards mid-wicket. Very well fielded. The long on fielder just restricting for a single to end the 15th over. Australia 82 for 5.
.50 required of 30 deliveries, 5 wickets in hand. What a match this is turning out to be. Nasum in the attack. Mitch Marsh is the hope. And he's still there. He picks up a single of the very first delivery that he faces. But what a fight back this has been from Bangladesh. Remember, they only scored 131 for 7 after the end of their full quota of 20 overs. And they kept themselves in business by picking up early wickets. They really struggled to cope up with the pace and bounce of the surface. But as long as Mitch Marsh is in the middle, Australia will still have hopes to go one up in that 5-match series. Good evening, Anjum.
Good evening, Athar. I'm glad you stopped by saying one up in the series. It's gone up. It's really a chance for Bangladesh to take that important wicket, just like you mentioned.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Nasum has picked up the big fish, and it's Shariful Islam in the deep, the young